What's up, guys? Best Man here, and for today's gameplay, I have for you a free-for-all on Zealot, with the settings being 5-shot kill, no sprint, and no evade. And I also have two special guests in Bravo and Neighbor. What's going on?
Yo!
Hi!
So, since MLG Providence, have you guys got to play any of the new settings?
Mace, you go first.
I haven't played the new settings recently, but I was able to play the No Bloom a little bit before Providence, and I like it so much more. The gameplay is much more fast-paced, and I think we're back to old Halo.
For sure, for sure. Bravo, I've noticed that you've been putting out a lot of anniversary gameplays. Have you got to play in the no sprint, no bloom settings at all?
Yeah, I actually got to play a few games with Heinz, and actually with you, a few games with yourself as well over the weekend. And from what I see, I mean, it's just a lot of the maps actually cater to the new settings really well, and obviously remakes like the Pit obviously just plays so well. So I think because these maps are scaled so similarly to how they were in Halo 3 for the Pit and for Sanctuary Halo 2, I think so far 5-shot kill, no sprint, and no evade on map, of course with no bloom, it's really fun, and you can really outshoot people. I mean, depending on who you're playing with, you can really just run around the map, and you can totally take control of a situation and take control of a game. So I think those are all really good things for competitive Halo.
For sure. I think it seems to be the main problem is whether people want sprint or no sprint. So personally, I've been enjoying no sprint quite a bit, and obviously I think free-for-all is a lot more fun now with no bloom. So I've been playing that quite a bit every time I sign online.
Yeah, the first time you get on and you get like a no bloom double kill, it feels like Halo again, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Like, people actually dying when you shoot them. Like, you get the position on somebody and you win. You're rewarded. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And in terms of sprint, I mean, I haven't seen too much argument for sprint. I'm sure there are some sprint supporters still who are out there, but I definitely want to see sprint go. I think you know, the way that sprint changes certain outcomes of different situations, it's not good for Halo. You know, when you're sprinting, all we saw really last season was just like the Halo Reach textbook play was to be in Ring 2 and you sprint to the enemy's courtyard while they're all four alive, but you still manage to stay alive even though you got shot 6 times. And I don't think that's what really competitive Halo should be all about. I think it should be moving up with your team, if we're going to use Sanctuary as an example, moving up with your team, getting control of Ring, and then going ahead and pushing the weak side, and then going ahead and getting map control. I think that's much more skill involved than just sprinting into a courtyard and then being a nuisance in an enemy's shotgun or their snipe turret. So, and in terms of sprint, I'm absolutely against sprint.
For sure. I mean, I agree completely. And the general consensus of the pros is that, you know, most of them like no sprint. Obviously, there's going to be a couple of people that, you know, prefer sprint because, you know, that's the way they've been playing for the last year. But with moving forward in the future of Halo, I think it needs to be a breath of fresh air. And this is the perfect opportunity to put, you know, no sprint and obviously zero bloom into the settings. And I think it's going to be fun and a hell of a time. Especially, I really hope that free-for-all gets put back in somehow, implemented either on game battles or on the circuit. Either way, I'm really looking forward to, you know, playing this game next year.
Oh, absolutely. And before I go on to more about FFA, Mason, what are your thoughts on sprint?
I think Sprint definitely made Reach a terrible game. No, I mean Sprint's fun, you know, for a new aspect into the Halo series, but in competitive play, I think Sprint ruined Halo Reach. I would actually rather see Sprint be gone. If I had to choose between Bloom and Sprint, I would have choose Bloom because I think Sprint, you could just get out of ridiculous situations. You know, like you said, there isn't much teamwork involved. You know, Reach was just really, you know, sprinting into the courtyard or like on Sanctuary. And I think this will make it a lot harder for teams to break setups as well. You're going to really have to use teamwork and really focus on, you know, a key guy to kill before you're able to push out. And I think with, you know, the sprint play is just, you know, sometimes you'd be able to spawn under Zealot and then just sprint out to Ring 1, you know, and I think that's kind of stupid. So, you know, I'm really excited to see, you know, teams like I'm really excited to see how your team fares with, you know, no sprint, no bloom, because, you know, your team's basically filled with past, you know, Halo gods, and I think you guys will be a team to look out for, and I'm excited to see gameplay from your squad.
Yeah, I mean, our whole team, we were really obviously pulling for no bloom before Providence, but we were able to pull out a respectable finish at Nationals even with bloom. But I definitely liked your point about what you said about if we had to choose one, thank God we don't, if we had to choose one, that I would say sprint would have to go, because sprint is even less Halo than no bloom is. Halo. You know what I mean? It's still shooting, and you have to time your shots, which is annoying, and it takes away from your ability to shoot, you know, at a competitive level. So I really like that, and I agree with that. What I was going to say about FFA settings was and I've been waiting to stress this. I've been waiting for this gameplay, B. I'm pumped to talk about it.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm sorry it took so long, but finally getting it out here.
I think we need. Oh no, it's well deserved. We built up the hype. I think we absolutely need free-for-all settings, no matter what. And if you guys are looking at this game right here, all the shots are hitting, the routes that people are taking, gold is a good power position, and there's always
shots,
battles at each.
I just got owned by break.
I mean, and the bases that are happening, bottom-top bases, it's reminiscent of midship, and I think it plays really well. So the reason we really need FFA settings is because you look at a game, let's look at a few popular competitive games. I mean, essentially what we're after is a level platform of competitive play. So let's take a look at games like Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, StarCraft 2. You have all these games that they do have a team element, and they also do have an individual element. And obviously that individual element is part of the team element because you have to have individual skill. So in Reach, you have the team element being emphasized, whereas in those games you have individual skill. And that's not really what I'm getting at is you have to have this measurable level of skill. For example, in Halo 2, you guys all know what I'm talking about. You'd get online, you'd warm up with some midship free-for-alls, you'd get, a few 2 second places in a first, and you'd be ready to play fours. And right there, you can say, okay, I'm playing well at this game, I'm out skilling everyone, and I have good individual skill. That's measurable. If you play someone in 1v1, also measurable. In Reach, if someone gets on and say that they have a kind of a somewhat dedicated team, but one of their teammates can't get on tonight, what do? They play playlist with a random fourth. They play customs. They run around Zealot. There has to be this measurable individual skill. Let's find the absolute best settings for free-for-all on Halo Reach. No bloom, no sprint, no evade. And let's get them out there and let's let people improve their game. Let's see who's the best. Let's find those amateur players who are absolutely disgusting at free-for-all, and they can adapt those skills to 4v4 and then place really well in the MLG Pro circuit, become pro. Who knows? We saw a lot of that, even players from the big free-for-all and everything just doing well. We need to find players. You think about 06, 07, how many awesome players there were in free-for-all. Just think about how good Karma was and how unstoppable he was in 06 and in the run he had. So I hope you guys will agree with me. Feel free to leave a comment right here on this video as to what you think, but we need free-for-all settings. We need 1v1 settings because there has to be a measurable skill for people to get better at. Imagine if in StarCraft you couldn't play alone. The fan base, I don't even know what it would be like. StarCraft, an amazing game with a thriving community because you have this, everyone wants to get their timing down. They want to get their build order perfect. They want to play just like the pros do. And now in Halo, we need to have this skill. How do you run around Zealot? How do you play? How do you apply that to a team game? So what I'm really getting at here is people need to be able to get on Reach and play against other people regardless of whether or not they have a team or not.
Well, I think also, those are good points, Bravo, but I think also a main reason why free-for-all was so successful in the 07, 06, 05 season was because you know how hard it is to get a good, solid team of four together. And you saw players like Pistola, Nated come through the free-for-all scene and make a name for themselves, which actually, helped them get to where they are today. It helped them get on to a good, solid team because people saw them, placing first and second all the time. And they're like, okay, I need a team with this kid. He has an insane amount of individual skills. So I think, free-for-all is also a great way to showcase your skills to get on, a solid team.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I also wanted to touch on the fact that in Halo 2 that you could get on and warm up in free-for-all, like you said, but even after I was done playing fours, I would play free-for-all all night. It was strong side, like whoever else would play. We would literally play all night. It was really fun. And, when you don't have a team to play with or your team's not on, you start a free-for-all with random eights. And it was an absolute blast. And myself included, I looked forward to the free-for-all at events. I mean, I may not have placed in the top 8, but I got top 16 a couple of times. Going out through the amateur bracket to get into the pro ranks was such a hard feat, and I think that would be very beneficial to have back in the upcoming year.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, you also kind of touched on another point. It's just another aspect of competition, and it's not just like this bonus thing we're having on the side. Like we want to, as long as we find appropriate settings for free for all, we can have another. It's like having an entire other thing to participate in for everyone. So like you said, at events it's really fun because if you don't do so well in fours, you can still look forward to playing free-for-alls and just you can just play, one night play 8 or 10 free-for-alls and just look at how well you're doing, and you can really look to have consistency in your game instead of in a 4v4 game. there's so many factors that come into play, and being a good player is really understanding those factors and those variables and understanding how to interpret them and not getting stressed out about consistency and all that stuff. For example, I mean, you're playing a game with your team and you go 10-2, 2 games in a row, and then another game you're -8, and you're like, what the heck's going on? And there's so many factors that could play in there. But if you're doing well at free-for-all and you're consistently improving your game, I think we have that tangible measurement. We can say, okay, you know, I'm getting better at competitive Halo Reach, and you know, I want to put a lot more time into this because this is what I enjoy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to touch back on a little bit of just getting known in the free-for-all, I mean, obviously the big flex was somewhat of a success because we saw a great FFA end of the year at Providence, but you know, you just get more notice if you're playing with the pros more. Those were just strictly amateurs. So I mean, if we could implement it somehow, you know, to playing with pros, whether it be, I would love to do online tournaments. I mean, I did some in Halo 3, and Halo 3 wasn't the best for free for all, but I think Reach has the right tools and the right maps for free for all. With Zealot especially, it plays a lot like Midship, and you know, I just hope somehow we can get some online tournaments or you know, anything. It's really fun to play. I'm going to be playing a lot more free for alls lately as more I sign on. So you know, if anyone wants to play, hit me up. Definitely get you in there.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that'll lead right into our next thing we can talk about is our show that's coming up this Wednesday, which you guys can check out at 4:30 Eastern. We don't know if we're going to 100% stay at that time slot, but this Wednesday you can check it out. We're going to be talking obviously about the new settings this weekend. We're going to be testing 5-shot kill, 4-shot kill, no sprint, no bloom on all of the current MLG maps, and also a few maps that have been suggested by forgers. You can still submit those to us on Twitter if you'd like us to check out your map this weekend. We're going to probably be playing all day Saturday. That's the entire cast of the Halo Council. So that's me, Nexi, DMAC, Gandhi, and Bestman. So it's going to be a really interesting show on Wednesday. And the reason I brought that up was we're definitely planning on having some free-for-all tournaments for you guys, just to kind of get your name out there during the off-season, and also just a fun activity to do. We're going to start with probably some Zealot free-for-alls and see how everyone does there. Just a small entry and a nice little payout for everyone to kind of take part in the off-season. So definitely be on the lookout for all of that coming from the Halo Council. Anything you want to say about the show, Nick?
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to the show. I mean, it's coming out, you know, this Wednesday, and obviously, as you said, the time slot could change or the date could change. But you know, I'm really looking forward to talking about Halo. Like we need that. We need to be talking for anything Halo content related with Halo, and I think it's going to be an awesome show, and you guys should tune in.
You know what? And Andy, I'm really excited to watch the show. I'm going to be on my laptop with my keyboard and mouse in hand, clicking the chat, typing my suggestions, what I want you guys to talk about, and I really can't wait to see it.
Dude, we could even mod you up. What do you think about that?
If you want me to, you know, I can be a mod.
But I want to say that even if you're a mod, you could still like eat popcorn and have like a really good time while watching. You know, you don't have to be working.
Well, and that's what I love about you. You know.
Yeah, you could, dude, have a blast. It's going to be a sick show, guys. We're really excited to bring it to you. And as I stated during our introduction, what we really want to do with the show is bring you entertainment. It should be engaging entertainment, interactive content that you enjoy. So if there's stuff that you want to see, just tell us about the topics. If we see on Twitter that, oh, you know, 6 people are asking about this that happened this week, or 7 people are asking about why someone's moving into a house in California, like, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about exactly what you guys want to hear about. So it's essentially your show. The Halo Council was chosen from Twitter. That was from the community, and the logo is from the community. And essentially the show is a derivative of the awesome response that we got from you when we had close to 1,100 viewers watching the great debate. So we're really excited to just continue this. There's so much to talk about now in Halo in this off-season. So we're fast approaching the end of this video. I'll let everyone get final words in.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not win this game, but I thought it would be great to put out because I was playing with a few.
Wait, is this the 50? Wait,
we got
is this the 50?
Yeah, I mean, right here is kind of dangerous. I had the snipe out.
Did he? Oh. Dude, you had at least 2 chances there to get.
Yeah,
the 50.
I mean, I don't know what I was thinking with the snipe out. That's kind of dumb on my part, but
Agreed.
what can you do?
Agreed.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
So yeah, I would like to give a shout out to my sponsor, Gamma Labs, part of the Gamma Gamers team, which you guys are also on. Check out their Facebook, and please like that page. Not only are they a sponsor, but they're doing a great thing for esports and the gaming community as a whole. And you know, really liking their page would definitely show support towards them and us. And you know, follow me on Twitter. All the links will be in the description, so you guys can check that out.
Sweet. Go to Facebook.com/GammaGamers. Tell them Bravo Neighbor Best Man sent you.
So yeah, do that, and also don't forget to subscribe, as I will be coming out with a lot more commentaries with all the new settings that we will be testing going into the next season. And just look out for that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe.